Losers who feel in their heart that they're nobodies will always put themselves out in the open to be seen. People who know they're somebody will definitely most likely not be feeling like a loser or a nobody. You don't have to feel like you're a nobody. People don't have to know you. Nobody's got to know what you do. And you can feel as good about yourself as you please. But when you have people who feel the need to try to make others recognize who they are, what you end up having is someone who is giving off a loser vibe. Being all out in the open like that is not what you want. You want to be chill, reserved, and super laid back. Because there's no need for a lot of attention. You don't need a lot of attention. There's no need for you to draw attention to yourself. It's unnecessary. People see you. People know you're there. People are aware of your existence. But you have some people who in their heart, they feel that they're not on your level. They feel that you're better than them. And when they look at you, they create a whole story in their mind about them not comparing to you or being as good as you. Sometimes over the course of a period of time, sometimes within a quick instant. And this is all based off of appearances or based off of what they see or what they feel they know about you. And when people develop a preconceived idea and run with it without much data collection or further analyzing, what they're going to do is create the wrong idea about themselves and about their existence. And it could possibly cause them to feel like a loser. And depending on who they are, it may cause them to try to get unnecessary attention from the person that they subconsciously place above themselves. If you place somebody above you, that's your own fault. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to place anybody above yourself. There's no power outside yourself except within your very own mind. That will solve a lot of problems. The more you affirm that, the more it becomes concrete, and the easier it is for you to believe it. That's why you have to meditate on the word of the Lord day and night. You may forget something when you should remember it. When you remember things, it helps you out. It works towards your benefit. But it has to be something that you're constantly programming your mind with. Otherwise, you'll need to remember. There's no power outside yourself except within your very own mind. But you have people who feel that you're more powerful than them. And you have people who feel that they're less powerful than you. And there's no need to feel that way or to think that way about yourself. That's why those who work on their mind, he who tills his land shall have plenty of bread. Those who work their mind are constantly correcting themselves. Self-correction is self-preservation, and it will also lead you in the right direction when you correct yourself. A lot of people want to correct somebody else. A lot of people look out and see what's wrong, and this person needs to fix this person needs to fix that. If you correct yourself, you won't have to worry about anybody else. But that's why working on yourself is so important, because even when you have issues with other folks, all you have to do is deal with you. All you have to do is deal with yourself. And they'll even try to tell you that you're not growing. They'll try to tell you that you're not showing any signs of growth. That's not their responsibility to tell you that, nor is it their business. Your growth is your business. Your growth is your responsibility. You should be, every single one of us needs to be focused on our own growth, not the growth of another. Anybody focused on anybody else's growth is probably watching them too close to begin with. If they're not a fan, if they're not a supporter, if they don't have anything positive to say, you're low-key putting this person under a microscope, like a lab rat, conducting a useless, pointless experiment. One that's not going to help anybody. If you're to conduct an experiment, make sure it's going to help you and everybody involved. So you have losers who feel like nobody, who are upset because you feel like somebody. And they can tell that by a number of things. People can tell how good you feel by numerous things. Some of those things are body language, how you walk, how you carry yourself. People will try to intimidate you based off that because they'll see you have more confidence than them. So what it is people who want to be seen, they portray a false sense of confidence. And they want to be seen by the person who portrays actual confidence, because that's a dominant trait. If you portray confidence, you're going to give off a different energy than those who don't. What you exude is going to be at a different rate or a different level than others. Your energy is going to be different, and anybody can grasp this confidence, confidence, something you confide in. You confide in a certain idea about yourself. You confide in an idea or a way that you think and feel about you. That's your level of confidence. But people are basing that off of appearances. People don't understand that there are programs that they have to defeat to raise themselves to a higher level. You don't have to be somebody else. You don't have to have what somebody else has. You don't have to do exactly what they do. You can be yourself and get whatever result you desire. Stop trying to think or act like somebody else and thinking that's going to get you the result that you desire. It may in some cases, but in some cases people end up losing themselves because they're so much like the person that they're trying to be like, thinking that's what they have to do to get what they want. And it's not. In order to get what you want, all you have to do is be yourself. That's it. You don't have to be anybody other than you. If you start being anything other than yourself, you'll probably lose yourself. Another way people try to not feel like a nobody at your expense is when you are going about your day, or you're going about doing things that are important to you, you're going to see people that are just trying to act like they're important too. Alright? One thing that you'll realize is people who are important, they don't need to act important. If you're important, and you know you're important, you just are important to yourself, not anybody else. You're not going out, or you're not trying to appear like you're this important person. You just have things that you do that are important to you, and because you have things that are important to you, or you move with a sense of urgency, other people are going to pick up on that as important. They're going to see you as important. They're going to generalize you as an important person. So when you see people who are trying to portray themselves as important too, something is going to click, and you're going to automatically see like this is somebody that doesn't feel too highly of themselves, because if they did, they would be focused on themselves or whatever they had going on, or their project or their task or whatever they were doing while they were out. But you have people who seek energy from those who are those who feel good about themselves. Somebody who feels that they're a loser, they're going to be trying to do the most. They're going to try to be doing what's extra. You don't have to feel like a loser about yourself. You can feel good about yourself without anybody else's approval, anybody else's acceptance, anybody else's acknowledgement. All that stuff is unnecessary. God doesn't need any of that, and if that's who you are, you don't need any of that either. You can feel good about yourself within yourself without anybody else's involvement. And that's really what's important. That's really what self-love is, in a sense. But you have people who will try to get your attention and try to take that from you, which you've developed within yourself, and they can't have it. And they may be able to put you down. They may be able to make you feel bad about yourself. They may cause you to think that you're the person who's not as good or has low self-esteem. But whatever advantage or whatever feel good they get from that, or whatever vibe they get from that, it's not going to last. When people try to pull other people down and it causes them to feel good, it's only temporary. They still have to go live their life after that and still be the person that caused them to behave like that in the first place. And that's how you know the person is a loser, because a loser behavior is gonna, it can't help but show itself. And when people do things to cause you to feel a certain way or to react a certain way, you could tell that this is someone who is lacking something. This is someone who doesn't actually have what they're portraying. They're mirroring your confidence. So when you're a confident person, you'll have people who will see that and will try to mimic that, but it's all fake. It's not real. It's nothing genuine. And when people do that, it's basically them letting you know that they know you're the confident person that you think you are, or that you feel you are about yourself, and they're taking watch of that. Most people who watch other people, that's what they're looking for. That's why they're watching. They're watching because you feel they're watching because you're feeling yourself. You know you're confident. You know that you have a lot going on for yourself. And if you feel these things about yourself, it's time to start turning up. It's time to start doing more. It's time to start being what you see yourself as, or what you feel yourself to be. It's time to start being that. It's time to start doing that. It's time to start making things happen for yourself. You have to do something with this person that you know that you are. You know you're this great person. Continue to do something with it. Continue to mold it, shape it, and create things for yourself that will make your life better. Because what a nobody is going to do is they're going to try to make you feel like you're nobody too. You'll have people try to make you feel like you're nobody right along with them. And it's the people who are trying to get you to notice them when you're focused on yourself. People know when a person feels highly of themselves. People know when a person feels good about themselves, and they know when someone is in a position to either do better or they're already doing better. They know these things. People can tell success without it even physically being present. You may have a successful idea about yourself. You may have a successful feeling about yourself. People can sense that. People can feel that. People know that. That's why you'll have so many people act weird to you on a day-to-day basis. You have people trying to compete with you out of nowhere. You have people who just behave in ridiculous ways. Seems like they have absolutely no control over themselves. So it's a shame when a person feels that way about themselves in their heart. And also, it's even worse when this person is trying to make it hard for you because that's how they feel about themselves. That's what you have to calculate that as. This person just does not feel too positive about themselves. When a person is a loser, you can tell. Losers act a certain way, they behave a certain way, and it is just due to their own idea about themselves and who they are. This is how this person feels about themselves, and because they can see or sense that you don't, you have a stronger spirit than them, they're going to try to break it, and they're going to try to make sure that you're unable to possess it. They don't want you to possess your divine inheritance, that spirit that you were blessed with, the spirit that you were born with, the one that you were given, and the one that you were created to move throughout the earth with. You were created to be who you are. You can't be anybody else. They try to make you walk on eggshells and hope in hopes that you'll be intimidated to be who you truly are supposed to be. If you fly, you can't help that. If you got a certain style about you, you can't help that. If you have certain gifts and you know it and you ain't afraid to show it, you can't help that. You have something unique, you have something great, you have something special within you that you were put here to distribute and share throughout the earth. You can't help that. You know you're special, and the people who are acting like this, they do too. So much that they want to try to basically snatch some off you and pretend that they got something going on for themselves. Unnecessary. You don't have to pretend nothing. And these are people who actually have things going on for themselves. It's just they're either looking in the wrong direction, they don't feel the right way about themselves, they got the wrong idea about themselves, they got the wrong self-identity. These are people who are very well off, seem to be doing good, and still in competition with other people because of what they see somebody has going for themselves, or how they see somebody's life is going, or how they see this person carrying themselves, or how they're moving. When they really don't need to behave like this, because they might have some things going for them that person doesn't. But people are only focused on what they don't have. Everybody wants what they don't have. But the thing is, some people aren't willing to work for it. If you're going to be mad that you don't have something, at least be mad enough to be willing to work for it. You don't have to hate on the next person. You don't have to be weird to the next person. That's something that I've never done. If I ever got weird about something, I got weird about working about it. You want to rub something in my face and make me feel uncomfortable? Well, guess what? I'm going to work towards it. It's mine. Even if I see you with it, you're not the only person that can have that. I'm going to make sure I get it too. I'm going to make sure I get some too. Especially if you're going to put it in my face, that's just going to motivate me. It's not going to make me hate you. When you have a real personality, or a real idea about yourself, or a real feeling about yourself, or a real thought about yourself, people try to rub things in your face, all it's going to do is cause you to go out and get it. You know what? I like that. I see myself with it though. I'm not going to see you with it. You don't have to see somebody with something in your mind. They rub it in your face, well, guess what? Rub them out. What they're really trying to do is rub it in your head. They're trying to rub it in your mind. So what you do is you replace them with yourself. Oh, you want me to see you with this? Okay, well guess what? I see myself with it. Regardless of who has it, I see me with it. I'm not gonna see you with it. You already showing me that is about to come into my reality anyway. Some people do certain things, but it's dependent upon your perception. It's depending upon how you look at it. Instead of looking down on yourself, when people do certain things, you just have to look at it for what it is. Some people behave in the way of a loser, and that it is what it is. You gotta call a spade a spade. Some people behave like losers, and it's because they see you winning. They see that you're winning, and they're not getting any W's. And what they'll do is, even if they look like they're getting some W's, they may not be getting any W's, or they may not feel it. I mean, people, you never know. People could be ungrateful. Seems like some people have more than you, or seems like they got everything and they still hating. People could be ungrateful. Here you are just grateful for the little things, even though you will accomplish great things. You're just grateful for the little things. You're just grateful for what you have. But you know you're going to accomplish great things. The best has yet to come. But for right now, why not? You're just grateful. That's going to put you on a vibration to be able to open up doors for you for better things anyway. But being a loser is not going to do it. Making other people notice you is not going to do it. But you have people who got demons on them, and they need to be seen by other people, especially the person who they can sense the highest level of energy on, especially the person who they can sense is the most high vibrational. And high vibrational, all that is just a strong connection to your higher power. That's all that is. Because you got high and high. People who are high vibrational have a strong connection to their higher power, to the higher power. The highest of highs. Alright, you have a strong connection to him and to that realm. And these low vibrational characters can sense that. And because they can't get up there, or they can sense there's something greater that they don't possess, what they're going to try to do is make sure that you don't access it, or make sure you're on their plane or their level or their existence of life, because they don't want to be alone. When you're feeling good, they look at you as being high and mighty. All you're doing is being who you were put here to be. But then again, all they're doing is being who they were put here to be. And they know, and we all know, that they weren't put here to be too positive. They weren't put here to be too positive. We were put here to use them as an opportunity and as a way to level up. Because without a test, how could you really know what you're made of? How could you really know what you're capable of? So you use them as a way to gauge just what you're able to do. Because you know how far you can go. You know just how far you can go. You know your abilities, you know your strengths. You know how strong you are. So it's nothing that you have to prove. That's how you know the difference between your activity or the behavior of a winner and the behavior of a loser. Some people choose that loser behavior because they feel it suits them. They feel that's what they have to do. They feel that's the way they have to act. They don't understand what winning truly is. They don't understand what attention getting is really about. People who are focused, who pay attention to themselves, and that their mind is on whatever it's focused on at that particular time, Those are the people who most likely will have other people interested in them because of them being so focused on what they're interested in. If you find something to be interested in, odds are you're going to be interested in yourself. And if you're interested in yourself, other people will be too. Sometimes so much that you'll have people, it'll bring the loser out of people. It'll bring negative energy out of people. And not to sound harsh, that's just to wake people up. That's just to make people, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with that. Because anybody could be a loser. All a loser is just a person that is choosing to vibrate on a negative frequency. That's it. They're choosing to be low vibrational. They're choosing to stay in a negative aspect of life. And you can have losers who look like winners. You have people in suits and nice cars and $1 million, $1 billion homes, and the person is still a loser. Why? Because the way they treat people, the way they behave towards others, the way they either see other people or look down upon them or feel they're better because of what they accomplish. No matter what you accomplish, you don't have to look down on people or feel you're better than other people. You may be better in some ways or some aspects. Yeah, you probably are better, but you still don't see yourself as pretty much any different than anybody else. You're not going to overstep your boundaries as far as how you feel about yourself when it comes to being able to deal with others. And that's just how you are. But other people want to paint. Other people will try to make you appear to be otherwise, but it's really just a trick because that's who they are. They want to appear to be you and try to make you appear to be them. That's what a lot of losers try to do. That's what all that attention grabbing is for. They want to try to be you. They want to feel like you. They see you and they want you to see them. Usually people who are paying a lot of attention to you, that are trying to get you to do the same thing to them, these are usually the people who behave like this. But because of their infatuation and not knowing how to redirect their attention or energy or focus or idea about themselves, it's like their mind is stuck on one thing. You got what they want and that's it. You're the person who gets the most attention, something that they thrive for. And you don't even want attention like that. You can care less about it. You don't look for it. You don't ask for it. It is what it is. Sometimes you don't even like it. But there are spirits out here that thrive for it, that live for it, that'll die for it, all for just some attention. And it's really not that serious. It's not. Anybody can be themselves. Anybody can create a type of energy or aura or picture of themselves to where they could be whatever they want. They could feel however they want. It's just people aren't willing to work on themselves or believe in themselves or think that they can do what anybody else can do. A lot of people are defeatists. And it's real easy to be one because sometimes things may not happen how you want them to. Things get hard. It takes a lot to keep getting back up. It takes a lot to want to see something happen the way you want it to. So for the people who took the time to work on themselves and now you're who you are, kudos to you. But for all the people who think that stealing energy and vampirism and narcissism and evil is going to do it or put you a leg up, it's really not. You're wasting more of your energy, and that's why you keep having to steal it and try to get it from other people. So this pretty much wraps up this video. All right, pay losers no mind. Pay nobodies no mind. If they won't let you bring them up, don't let them bring you down. But most people just want you to notice them. Keep focusing on yourself. Keep paying attention to you and what you got going on, and keep getting things done. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.